Mr. Young's a carpenter. He's doing some spare time work at Meg's unit. Extra cupboards, drawers, that sort of thing.
I see. Well, I think you might have let me know, Mrs. Powell. This is not personal, Mr. Young, but for obvious reasons, we don't encourage social relations between the officers and the families of inmates.
This is hardly social, Mrs. Davidson. Meg made the arrangements some time ago, before Janice Young was here. We only found out about the relationship last night, didn't we, Mr. Young?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, right.
Well, it certainly is a remarkable coincidence.
Shower away, lad, wins by a length. Queen of the night second, very tight the third, Copper Canyon or Range lad.
Feel like a cuppa?
Oh, yes, please, Mum.
I must say, I'm so glad to see you looking so happy.
Well, things are going pretty good, aren't they? There's a lot of casual jobs in the paper. I'm sure I'll be able to get one tomorrow without too many hassles.
I've dealt with the likes of you for years. So, it's over. Either we're partners, or you've just made yourself the worst enemy you'll ever have. All right, Mackenzie, what's it to be? I haven't got all day.
What's going on?
It's all right, Maxie. I'll catch up with you later in the rec room. And keep your trap shut. I haven't got much of a choice, have I? But I do have some conditions.
You're in no position to call the shots, Mackenzie.
You're the one who wants to buy in on this deal. You'll make a lot more if we can bring in stuff the women can't get from the buy-up.
Like drugs, you mean?
Not necessarily.
Forget it, I won't let dope in.
All right, then. Grog, a few extra fags, makeup, stuff like that.
How do you expect to get that in?
Maxie has a friend called Roxanne. She'll bring them in. All you've got to do is arrange the visit and turn a blind eye.
Huh? I can arrange that for 50%.
30.
50.
I've still got to pay Roxanne and Maxie too.
So, pay 'em out of your profits. Just look on me as an expensive overhead.
All right. You got a deal.
Where are you off to?
I'm going out.
Well, you should be phoning round for a job. There's no point in going to the labour exchange at this time of day. All the best jobs will be gone.
Yeah, well, I got an interview, see?
What interview?
About a job. It was in the paper and I phoned up and they said to come for an interview. I phoned up while you were at the shop.
Well, what sort of job is it?
Oh, just a factory job. Down at the bedding factory in Pine Street.
It seems a funny time of day to be going for an interview. You're closing down soon.
Well, I had lots of people to see. Mum, I better be going or I might miss out.
All right, but don't be late home for your tea.
Yes, Mum.
So, how are the kids?
No, they're okay. They're mad keen for you to come home.
Well, so am I. I wish you could bring them in.
I can't, love, you know that. They think you're staying in the country.
I just want to see them, that's all.
Well, why don't you get yourself out of here, eh? Look, I'll talk to the solicitor and we
No,
can see
Chris,
about
I
agreeing
told
to
you
pay the
I'm not going to pay a cent.
All right. Don't get on your high horse. It's not long to go anyway.
I'm sorry, love. I know it's hard for you, but...
Yeah. Yeah, well, look, I've got a quote on a job.
OK, don't forget to water the plants.
Plants be the last of my worries. As long as the kids are clean and fed, reckon I'm coping quite well. Oh, did I tell you I got some new business cards printed?
No.
Have a look. Oh, sorry.
Yes, they're great. They're much better than the last one, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll be seeing you, kiddo.
No physical contact,
Oh.
Mr. Young.
Sorry. Bye now.
Bye.
Wait here. Mrs. Barfield will come and get you.
Hi, can I come in?
Of course you can. Hey, you want a cup of coffee or something?
No, thanks, Jude. I'm on my way to the hospital, actually, to see the baby. I thought you might like to come.
I'd love to, but I can't take the time today. I let this paperwork get really behind and it's caught up with me. But you give him a big hug from his grandma, huh?
I will. Jude, I really appreciate all the help you've been giving us lately.
Hey, come on. Don't mention it. I just wish I could have given you a bed.
Oh, that's no problem. Aunt Sarah's been on my back for years to stay with her.
Hey, you going to see Laurie tonight?
I don't know. I just can't get through to her, Jude.
Why don't you give her a little time? I think that's the only thing that's going to help. I can remember when I had Laurie. For a week I was depressed, and then everything seemed to go well for a month or so. Then,
Yeah, I know. But Laurie told me all about it.
well, that's what I'm trying to say. It might not be all plain sailing. She could come out of this, sure, and then maybe in a week or a month she...
Yeah. Well, I suppose I better go and see how the little fella's getting on.
Okay. Hey, come back and have dinner with us.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'll see you later.
I know it's hard to run a house and work at the same time, but Chris can handle it. Well, he's got to.
Yeah, do him good to realise there's more to housekeeping than just watching the midday movie and slapping a meal on the table.
Feel bad about the kids, though. Just hope we did the right thing saying I was staying with relatives.
Oh, sure you did. Look, you're only in here for a few weeks, and once you get out, well, they'll be none the wiser.
Sounds to me like you're having second thoughts about paying up.
No. There's no way that lying swine's going to get a cent out of me. He caused the accident. He can pay for it.
Good on you, mate. Excuse me. What's a freak doing in there?
She's onto us. I've had to let her in as a partner.
Oh, terrific. Well, you can count me out. I'm not having nothing to do with that bitch.
It's not as bad as all that.
Oh, yeah? By the time she's taken her cup, it'll be sweet if I left for us.
We can get the stuff in from outside. She can arrange visits, turn a blind eye.
Yeah, well, if B finds out we're dealing with Ferguson, we're history.
I'm not worrying about B. And if you're scared, then forget it. I'll find someone else who wants the money.
All right, but I tell you, if anyone finds out the freak's in it, we're gone.
Then let's make sure no one finds out.
And what was that all about?
Hey? Oh, nothing, B. Nola and me just got to work out a plan to get a few extras in.
Like what?
Come on, ladies, shop's open. Anything you like, I can get it in for you.
Decent air conditioner. The stuff in here is revolting.
Got any money?
Yep.
Okay, hold it just a minute. What do you think you're up to, Nola?
Like I said, I've moved into the import business.
And how are you getting the stuff in?
Oh, me mate Roxanne's bringing it in, B. I give her the order and she gets the stuff.
Right under the screws' noses. Or maybe you've got yourself a friendly screw.
Oh, of course not, B. Me and Roxanne have worked out a plan.
Tell me about it.
Trade secret, B. You're not the only one that can fool the screws, you know.
Come on, ladies, let's have your orders before the screws come round. Anything you like.
Anything except dope.
Didn't I mention that? Oh, sorry, girls. Anything you like. Except dope.
You must be mad if you think you can get away with this.
I don't know, B. It's worth a try. And we'll make a few bob out of it.
I'm glad you came. It's amazing what doctors can do for kids these days, isn't it? Take that little one over there. The sister was telling me about him yesterday. 10 weeks premature he was. Had about a 50-50 chance. He's just under observation now because of some lung trouble he had. You wouldn't know it now, though. In fact, to look at them all, you wouldn't think there was a thing wrong with any of them, would you? I guess it was right what I read in some article the other day, that the thing that makes a disability into a handicap is other people's attitudes to it.
$45, $46, $47. That's at least 17 for us. Not bad for our first order, eh?
Yeah, but that's an awful lot of stuff. How am I going to get it back here from the interview room?
Have you ever done any shoplifting?
Are you kidding? Me and Roxanne were the best in the town when we were kids.
Well, how about sewing a few pockets on the inside of your jacket?
It's not a bad idea. I'll go to the laundry later and get a few rags and sew them on.
Oh, what's this? The Wentworth Chamber of Commerce. Oh, you ought to be careful, Mackenzie, leaving all that money lying around.
Not all the officers pussyfoot around like you do.
Is that all?